be right. Thing I told you that I never would. Told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Need you to stay, need you to stay. I do the same.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we will talk about technique choice modeling. First thing first, let me explain what is choice modeling. Choice modeling is a technique used in a market research and decision-making analysis to understand how individuals make choice among different alternatives. Is it a quantitative approach that aims to uncover the preference, trade-off, and decision-making processes of individuals or groups? Choice modeling typically involves the following steps. It has four following steps. The first one is designing the choice experiment, collecting data, analyzing the data, and deriving insights and predictions. Choice modeling is a powerful tool used in various fields such as economics, marketing, transportation planning, and environmental analysis. It allows researchers to understand how individuals make decisions and predict their choice under different scenarios. However, there are several issues and challenges associated with choice modeling that need to be considered. The first one is heterogeneity. People have diverse preferences, motivations, and decision-making processes. Choice modeling assumes that individuals make choice based on rational behavior, but in reality, decision-making can be influenced by various factors, including emotions, social norms, and cognitive bias. Accounting for this heterogeneity in modeling can be challenging. The second one is data collection. Gathering reliable and representative data for choice modeling can be demanding. Conducting surveys or experiments to collect data on individuals' choice require careful design and implementation. The sample size, survey design, and data quality are critical factors that can affect the validity and generalizability of the results. The third one is choice set design. Designing the choice sets that individuals will be presented with is crucial for choice modeling. The composition and complexity of the choice sets can influence the decision-making process. If the choice sets are too limited or do not adequately represent the relevant alternative, the model's predictions may not accurately reflect real-world choice. The next one is model specification. Choice models are typically based on specific assumptions and functional forms. Selecting the appropriate model specification that fits the data and captures the decision-making process accurately can be challenging. Different model specifications can lead to different results, and choosing the wrong model can lead to bias on unreliable predictions. The next one is endogeneity and correlation. Choice made by individuals can be correlated or endogenous, meaning that the observed choice may be influenced by unobserved factors or past choice. Failure to account for these factors properly can lead to biased estimates and inaccurate predictions. External validity. Choice modeling aims to generalize the findings from a specific sample to a broader population or context. However, ensuring the external validity of choice models can be difficult. The result may not hold true for different populations, settings, or time periods. Care should be taken when applying the model to new situations. And the last one is decision complexity. Some decisions involve complex trade-offs, multiple attributes, and interdependencies between alternatives. Capturing and modeling such complex decision processes accurately can be challenging. Simplifications and assumptions may need to be made, which can limit the model ability to fully capture the decision-making dynamics. Addressing this issue requires careful consideration of the research design, data collection method, model specification, and validation technique. Researchers should be aware of the limitations and assumptions of choice modeling and interpret the result with caution.
Okay, let's move to technique choice modeling. There are 4 techniques for choice modeling, which is choice experiment, contingent ranking, contingent rating, and paired comparison.
What is choice experiment? Choice experiment is a research method used in choice modeling to understand and quantify preferences of individual or consumer. It involves presenting participants with different hypothetical choice scenarios and asking them to make choice or indicate their preferences among various options. Words can convey a particular sense of mood, atmosphere, or emotion. Here are some advantages of choice experiment in terms of flexibility, realism, and efficiency. For flexibility, choice experiment can be adapted to various research contexts and be used to study preferences across different domains. They are applicable to a wide range of product, service, policy, or environmental attributes. Researchers have the flexibility to customize the attribute level, include the choice set based on their specific research objective. For realism, choice experiment aim to capture individual decision-making process in realistic scenarios by representing participants with actual choice and trade-off. Choice experiments simulate real-life decision contests. This helps ensure the preferences and choice observed in experience align more closely with individual actual behavior. And the last one, for efficiency, choice experiment can efficiently collect large amount of data in relatively short period. Participants respond to multiple choice set, providing researchers with rich and comprehensive data set. This efficiency is particularly beneficial when studying preferences across a large sample size or when investigating multiple attributes and their interaction. There are 4 steps for choice experiment. First, the development of an attribute list. Second, each attribute must have level assigned. Third, developing an experimental design. And the last one, model estimation. Application of choice experiment is consider familiarity with the good and service. Convey the information by using photograph, video or multimedia techniques. And the last one is specify whether comparable services are available from other resources. Here are some examples of choice experiment. Problem statement. Theoretical and methodological issue is discrete choice experiment, which have been widely used in non-market value analysis, such as elicitation of resident, attitudes toward recreation or biodiversity conservation of forests. This is three-decision process and choice, which is attribute processing, responses order effect, and status quo option and do not know responses. Contingent ranking. In choice modeling, contingent ranking is technique used to understand individual preferences by asking them to rank a set of alternatives with each choice set. It is a variation of the choice-based conjoint analysis method. There are 3 advantages of contingent ranking. First, direct measurement of preferences order. Second, flexibility in accommodating multiple attribute and option. And the last one is robustness against certain bias. Here are some examples of contingent ranking. For the objective to determine the feasibility and validity of contingent ranking method when eliciting preferences and measuring willingness to pay for healthcare. And for the method, the basis of the contingent ranking method is the indirect utility function. This function includes both a good variable and a cost variable. and it is used to calculate the WTP for a given change in the good variable in question. For the summary discussion, this study has shown that the contingent ranking method is flexible as well as a valid method when measuring preferences for healthcare. We advocate that it's important to acknowledge this method as an alternative question technique when eliciting preferences and WTP value for health. And hence, this contingent ranking method should be applied more often when, for example, conjoint analysis is used. Contingent rating. The term contingent rating may be a specific references to the rating component within the choice modeling process, where respondents assign rating or score to different attributes or options. Here are 4 advantages of contingent rating. First, flexibility. Second, fairness. Third, motivation and goal alignment. And the last one, performance improvement. Pair comparison. A technique for evaluating a small range of options by comparing them against each other. Here are some advantages of pair comparison, which is simplicity, relative preferences measurement, reduced cognitive burden, rank ordering, quantitative analysis, and the last one, flexibility.
This is example from case study for paired comparison.
For the first objective is to simultaneously determine and evaluate the potential consequences and downstream effect of this choice during decision making and prioritization efforts. The area of research administration is not immune to this challenge and in actuality is notably impacted by them due to the nature of the field with regard to frequently changing priorities, metric management structure, and limited research funding opportunities. We have 2 methods, for example, pair comparison. First, participant, and the second one, prioritization process. There are 3 prioritization processes. First, prioritization based on value. The second prioritization process is prioritization tool. And the last for prioritization process is prioritization of project. In summary, utilization of the pair comparison analysis framework was an effective strategy to inform decision making for the selection, evaluation, and prioritization of projects and initiatives in highly metric clinical research programs.
What is challenge of choice modeling? First is data collection.
Collecting high-quality data for choice modeling can be challenging. It often requires designing surveys or experiments to elicit individuals' preferences and choices. Ensuring representative samples, minimizing biases, and obtaining sufficient response rates can be difficult, time-consuming, and costly.
Second is model specification.
Model specification can be challenged. By developing an appropriate choice model that accurately represents decision-making behavior is crucial. Identifying relevant choice attributes, determining the appropriate functional form of the model, and selecting appropriate model estimation techniques can be complex and require expert knowledge.
Third, choice set design.
Designing choice sets that are realistic and representative of real-world decision scenarios is important. Ensuring that the set of alternatives presented to individuals includes relevant and meaningful options, avoiding choice overload, and balancing the complexity of choice tasks are challenges in choice set design.
Last but not least, heterogeneity and individual difference.
Individuals have diverse preferences, decision-making strategies, and cognitive processes. Capturing and accounting for heterogeneity in choice modeling can be challenging, as it requires identifying and modeling individual-level differences accurately.
So, this is a general comparison of choice modeling in these two countries based on their respective context, which is in Malaysia and China.
First is about market size and economic landscape. China has a significantly larger population and a more diverse market compared to Malaysia. The scale of consumer preferences and choices in China is generally much larger, which presents both opportunities and challenges for choice modeling. The size and complexity of the Chinese market may require more extensive data collection efforts and sophisticated modeling techniques. Second is research focus and applications. The specific areas of focus for choice modeling can differ between Malaysia and China based on their respective priorities and economic sectors. In Malaysia, choice modeling research may be applied to transportation planning, urban development, and marketing research. In China, with its vast market and rapidly growing economy, choice modeling may be used in various sectors such as consumer goods, e-commerce, transportation, healthcare, and financial services. Third is data availability and collection methods. Data availability and accessibility of data may differ between Malaysia and China. China's large-scale market and extensive use of digital platforms offer opportunities for collecting big data, which can be leveraged for choice modeling. E-commerce platforms, mobile applications, and online surveys may provide rich data sets for analyzing consumer behavior in China. In Malaysia, data collection efforts may rely on traditional survey methods, although digital platforms are increasingly being adopted.